Hello and welcome to this episode of Soul Wise with me, Semele Sherry. And here we are at the September new moon. I can't believe how fast this year is going. It's been a wild ride so far. So this is my spiritual guidance for September 2024. Covering the month beginning with the Virgo new moon on September the 3rd, which is at 2:55 a.m. in the UK. Now this lunar month does include the first 2 days of October as well, but as the next new moon falls on the 3rd of October, it makes more sense to label this guidance as for September. As you probably know by now, if you've been listening to these podcasts, every new lunar month, I draw one card from the Thoth Tarot to explore the key energy to navigate by during the coming 4 weeks. And then I take a quick look at the astrology that also informs that period of time. So I'm calling this guidance Discern with Your Higher Mind. I love the expressive image on this card. The Queen of Swords sits on her throne above the confusion and obfuscation of the clouds beneath her. She holds the sword of truth in her hand, ready to cut away anything that is not true or authentic. And she has removed the mask of patriarchy, so she can see clearly with the pure eyes of spirit. Her breasts are bared to expose her uncovered heart, which delivers tough love, the ruthless removal of whatever does not serve the highest and best vision of the world. This is the divine feminine insisting that you get real. The first thing to know is that there's going to be a lot happening this month. Part of me wants to say, so what's new? But there's going to be a lot that is deceptive, unclear, and chaotic. So it's important that you stay detached from the strong emotions that will undoubtedly arise in you and all around you. As the wonderful astrologer Pam Gregory says in many of her videos, stay on your eagle's perch. Be the calm observer. Keep it playful and light through curiosity, always asking, what's actually going on here? What is the true message hiding behind the cheap and easy words? What might I be missing? What does my intuition tell me here? As the saying goes, this month, the devil really is in the details. It's important for you to access the clarity that only comes from unmasking what lies behind the illusion of culture, societal programming, political spin, and ego, all of whose voices will be shouting very loudly indeed. You may find those who are not yet as consciously aware coming to you for help this month, asking your advice and what you can see. Alternatively, if you're struggling to see your own way and path through, then seek out a counsellor or spiritual guide who demonstrates this kind of clarity and insight. It will be tremendously helpful to you at this time. There is a call here to open your inner eyes and see where you have been duped from childhood into suppressing and repressing your inner authority, original thinking, and creative expression to fit into a system that doesn't have your best interests at heart. A system that keeps you and everyone else isolated and in fear, playing superficial roles that are not authentic to who you really are as a spiritual being. The higher mind, informed by spiritual wisdom and knowledge, can overcome this survivalist thinking by which you and I have been indoctrinated. What's good for the collective is also good for you, since there is no separation. Humanity is one, just as all life on earth is one. And the way to thrive and enjoy life most fully is to start by knowing who you really are and being true to yourself. Then give others permission to be themselves in the same way, appreciating their unique vision, ideas, and gifts. Then you liberate them and yourself to collaborate as a collective in the most creative, life-affirming ways. Where do you need to drop the mask and begin to think, speak, and act more authentically and truthfully? Where in your everyday life are you out of alignment with your soul and your overall well-being? In what circumstances do you give your power away to fear, losing sight of your innate divine power? Which people or groups can you partner with now to step more fully into your soul purpose? So be awake and alert to deception and have your intuitive instincts turned up to full when reading or watching anything and when in conversation with anyone. It or they may look and sound charming and engaging and persuasive, but take another close and thorough look. Is it or are they what they seem initially? Is this truth and soul communication, or are the words underpinned by lies and ego? Others around you may be expressing extreme cynicism, bitterness, and negativity right now about how life is and about the possibility of change. Their own pain and struggles have cooled and hardened their hearts, so you could find yourself on the receiving end of harsh judgment and cruel criticism. Being able to see and understand their underlying pain will help you understand why they are this way and make it easier for you to resist becoming prickly and antagonistic in return. All of this is going to be playing out in the wider world too, so you're likely to see and hear more shocking revelations as more truth is revealed. Many more people will be shaken from the cozy illusion to awaken to the reality of just how extensively we've been manipulated by the few in power who seek only their own greedy gratification. It will be shocking to many, and they may struggle to adjust to what is unveiled. Perhaps a woman will step into the global spotlight this month, shining a light on all I've mentioned and speaking with incisive discernment about what must change. So don't get dragged into the drama. Observe it all calmly, untouched by fear, and rooted in your trust in spirit. Look inwards for the truth with the higher perspective of your intuition. Be ready to steady and reassure those who don't know how to access this frequency of clarity and knowing, and be willing to seek someone who can help you make sense of it all, if necessary. Here's a look at the astrology. The Virgo new moon forcefully demands realistic thinking, with an opposition to Saturn in Pisces, turning the focus on systems that support physical health in everyday life and for all life. Saturn and Pluto aspect each other strongly this month, so expect some hard truths to emerge that only emphasize the need for practical and deep-rooted change. On the 18th, there's an eclipse of the full moon in Pisces, when emotions are likely to run high, as there's a powerful invitation here to make sacrifices and let go of the old to enable new beginnings now. Sorrow often enables compassion, awareness, and a higher consciousness. It's that theme of compassion that prevails in the last week of September, stimulating individual efforts towards the well-being of the collective. So I've heard many astrologers and intuitives and visionaries speaking about the crisis point and the bringing to a head of all the issues that we've known about for a long time, but are only now becoming recognized by the general world at large in these next 4 weeks. So just remember to practice all those techniques and tools that help you to stay calm, to stay grounded and centered and tuned into your own intuition and to that higher awareness that will enable you to stay detached from the confusion going on around you and the emotions that will be rife in the collective, and enable you to see a way forward, a visionary, intuitive way forward. This is the wisdom of Sophia, the divine wisdom of Artemis, that includes the tough talk as well. The ability to know when we need to be strong, when we need to say no, when we need to call people out on their behavior, always done with compassion and love, but based in the truth. So I think it's going to be a challenging time. I keep saying that, I know. But know that you have the power and the wisdom to see and know exactly what to do and how to do it. And it's going to be a clearing time, a purifying time, when much of what is deceptive, what is unhealthy, is brought up and revealed to the masses so that it can then be released and healed and a new approach put in place. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on that together. Our focus, our intention, and our vision is going to be what holds people now through the next 4 weeks and indeed through the next few years. I stand with you. I'm so grateful that you're there with your bright light of soul and your love and compassion. And so until the next time I speak to you, perhaps before, or maybe it will be again at the new moon, I send you my love and blessings as always.